ladies and gentlemen. I'll just give you a brief introduction to Everoze, and I've got some messages for perhaps for the companies who are seeking investment, and then we'll kick into the presentations. So Everoze is a technical and commercial energy consultancy, and we specialize in renewables and storage, particularly onshore wind, offshore wind, solar, and PV. But increasingly, we're looking at energy systems, hybrid concepts, energy, power to gas, energy, and other hybrid energy systems. I personally am an engineer. You can probably tell by the haircut and the row of pens in the top collar here. But the strength of our company is that we balance the space between strong technical breadth and strong commercial depth. That's a few of our mugshots. We're about 45 people. Many of us have come from international well-known consultancies. So some of us come from Gibberd Everoze, who goes back to the early days of the wind industry in the UK, for those of you who know. Others from DNVGL and from other consultancies in Germany and Spain and France. We have 7 offices in Europe. As I said, we specialize in solar, onshore, offshore, and storage. A boutique consultancy, but we work around the world on energy and energy systems. Perhaps an introduction to the reason why we're interested today is because we're increasingly doing technology appraisals where we take a company that has a technology, and we will do a full technical and commercial due diligence assessment of that company. We are both poacher and gamekeeper. We work for companies with technologies and investing companies who are looking for us to appraise technologies. So recently, we've worked on 4 very interesting projects ranging from a range of technologies, from £2 million investment to 25, £30 million investment. One was a generation technology, a kite-powered system. The other was an advanced storage battery system. There was a manufacturing plant, which was, again, for storage batteries. And we've done acquisition due diligence on a leading energy aggregator. So there's quite a range of different projects. I was very interested in Hamish Corner's presentation earlier from Pennington's Launch, the law firm, in what I totally agree with everything that he said about the sort of issues that companies need to be aware of and prepare for in becoming investor ready. This is a list of the sort of things that we look at when we're looking at a company. Sort of technology, development program, investment profile, resources, et cetera, et cetera. In particular, market analysis, that's often one where we find companies are perhaps weakest. They're very focused, tunnel vision on the technology, but perhaps a bit weak on the market analysis. So message for today would be try and put yourself, if possible, in the investor's shoes. It's no good crying, saying, well, I've got a wonderful technology and no one's listening to me, no one's investing. There is an old adage, that before you criticize someone, you should walk a mile in their shoes. And I think that's a very good adage, not least because when you do criticize them, you're a mile away and you've got their shoes. But also because it's a very good discipline to get into. Clean tech is a confusing area. There'll be a sea of investors out there swimming in what's going on here? Oh, God. Sorry. My colleagues at the back are laughing because they know that I'm the office technophobe and I can't manage technology. Anyway, it's a very, it's despite being in a technology discipline, it's incredibly diverse. It's moving increasingly rapidly, and it's systems oriented. So you see on this slide, we've been looking at things as diverse as wind kite-powered energy systems, wave energy systems. We're also seeing here presentations on domestic, thank you, grid storage and new means of financing through solar coin and the influence of blockchain and big data. It's moving. In the old days, it took 30 years to go from the windmill on the left there to those beautiful machines on the right. It took slightly less to go from that middle picture, which is what electric transport was when I was growing up, to the one on the right. It's within a really complex regulatory regime. Our extensive research has shown that the UK energy markets are dominated by one thing, which is this guy, whose name is a byword for everything that's mind-bogglingly complex, scheming, difficult, and political. And in the markets, you can kiss goodbye to certainty and stability. It's a fast-moving, uncertain market. You need to future-proof yourself. And ask yourself, why you? Of course, my technology is a game changer, but William Caxton said that. So did the CEO of the typewriter company, and no doubt of word processors. James Brindley was building stinking ditches around the place, and then along came Mr. Stevenson. As we heard earlier, fusion may change the face of generation. So you must future-proof your technology and be successful. And I think a few examples there, it's not just canals and railways and ancient technology of my generation that can be disrupted, but even modern technologies can be disrupted. So just a few thoughts. Thank you.